Good day everyone, my name is Christina Carbojo-Sobial from the Group 3, and today we will be tackling about universal values.
So the universal value and ethics are principle of right and wrong behaviors that are considered to be true and applicable to all people, cultures, and belief system. So the explanation of this common example of universal value includes honesty, compassion, respect, responsibility, fairness, and non-violence, although some less may vary. While some argue for the existence of such value as inherent to human survival and peaceful coexistence. Others emphasize that the specific expression and application of these values can be differ across the cultures.
Universal values for human survival because they foster a shared foundation for social cooperation, enable ethical decision-making, and promote collective well-being by creating common understanding and respect for human dignity across diverse cultures and societies. Universal values are the ultimate basis for living together and learning how to live together. Without respect for human life by all, then people will just kill each other. If honesty or truth-telling is not valued by all, there will be endless lack of trust among people. Universal values, it is with each other how to learning and live properly together. Each one of us, and if you are a person or human who has no respect for majority people around you or the elderly, you are one of those who cannot be trusted, or they no longer trust you, because you should know how to value even if your personality is not the same. Then universal values is important include love, peace, truth, wisdom, integrity, justice, coexistence, service, devotion, and contentment. It is part of 10 universal values.
Of cultural relativism, the concept on the reality of universal values persists. Are there universal values? Is honesty a universal value? Plato talked about the value of virtue, temperance, courage, and wisdom. Jesus Christ preached the value of love, which springs to patience, kindness, goodwill, forgiveness, and compassion. Confucius thought righteousness, human-heartedness, and filial piety are not in these universal values. That is, they remain values of all times and in all places. Yes, Plato would say they exist apart from the concrete world. On the other hand, Aristotle would say that they exist embodied in the concrete individuals as a common or essential characteristics. St. Thomas agreed with them, but the universals do not exist apart from the individual. They exist as universal features, individuated and situated in the individuals. In other words, the universals are abstracted common features from individuals.
Do good. Do to others what would you like them do to you. Be honest and fair. Be generous. Be faithful to your family and friends. Take care of your children when they are young. Take care of your parents when they are old. Take care of those who cannot take care of themselves. Be kind to strangers. Respect all life. Protect the nature environment upon which all life depends. So living a good life, it means being kind, honest, and generous, caring for your family, helping those in need, respecting all people and living things, and protecting nature.
Bright afternoon, everyone. My name is Ral Daniel Cadionis Riboton. The topic that I will discuss is do no harm. Do no harm. Do not do to others what would not like them to do to you. Do not lie. Do not steal. Do not cheat. Do not falsely accuse others. Do not commit adultery. Do not commit incest. Do not physically or verbally abuse others. Do not murder. Do not destroy the natural environment upon which all life depends. So, do no harm, it emphasizes treating others with respect and fairness. By avoiding harmful actions such as lying, stealing, cheating, abuse, adultery, incest, or murder. It also extends the idea of harm to the environment, reminding us not to destroy nature since all life depends on it. In short, it's about living ethically by not causing harm to people or the world around us.
The values and moral concept of some leading indigenous people in the Philippines. To start off, we have the Ifugao. The Ifugao is a group that lives in the mountainous region of north-central Luzon in the town of Banawe. The Ifugao is also known as Ifugao, Ipugao, or Ifugao. They are former headhunters who are famous in their mountain hogging rice terraces. And it was believed na ang mga Ifugao halin sa China around 2,000 years ago. And their first contact with the outside world was actually through American militaries and school teachers are in the early 20th century. The communication with them was made easier, especially nga may mga ginbuilt na roads sa mga areas kung diin pod sila nag-i-start. And the name Ifugao means inhabitant of the known world. Many of the Ifugao still practice kung paano mag-live sang una ang ilang mga ancestors. And some men still wear loincloths, and the practice of headhunting was given up only a few decades ago.
Good day everyone, I am Cristina Carbajosa Obial, and today we are taking a closer look at the values and moral concepts of the Ifugao people, who are known for their incredible rice terraces in the Philippines. Let's start with their values and moral concepts of the Ifugao people. The Ifugao generally practice monogamy, though some wealthy families have polygyny. So, the Ifugao people generally practice monogamy. Ang monogamy amon asa ang practice sa mga Ifugao people where they only date one person at a time. I mean, date as in sexually in a relationship. While polygyny, this is mostly the wealthy families ang gagamit sini nga practice. They date or they enter a sexually relationship more than one wife or husband. Arang ga-date sila mga more than one. Next is marriage customs include child unions and arranged marriages, with families exchanging gifts and maintaining close ties. Let's start with child unions. So, ang child unions, amo ni siya ang way where ang men kag woman gina-allow sila nga murag mag-live in together bitaw para i-try kung compatible ba sila sa isang isa. I mean, this is also called as temporary marriage. Arang tagaan sila chance nga i-date ang isang isa kung compatible ba sila or kung mag-fit ba sila sa isang isa. May area siya arang ginatawag nga sa Ifugao bitaw nga mga people, arang may agamang na sila nga practice, or it's also called nga moadto sila sa betrothal house wherein ara da ang mga single girls, tapos ginatagaan sila chance nga mo live in sila sa men kung arang tagaan sila pila ka months or weeks kung compatible ba sila. Tas mugawas siya na ang kung maging successful bitaw sa kung arang nabusong ang girl, kay the Ifugao believe that pregnancy is a sign of fertility and good omen for the couple's future. So amo na kung naging successful gani ang ilang nga practice, it means nabusong ang girl. Tapos for example, dili sila compatible, tas wala nag-work, walay pregnancy nga natabo, amo na siya di successful. Pero wala na siya financial penalty. Okay na siya nga mo separate mo diretso in your own ways. Next is arranged marriage. Kalabanan sini is ang gagamit sini mga wealthy families. Usually ang parents nila ang gahiga-arrange sa marriage sa both nga mag-asawahay. Tapos, kalabanan ni matabo sa mga wealthy family. For example, ang kalabanan matabo sini arang ang men ang mas damo ginagasto. For example, moalay siya pigs, amo na. Tapos, siya mobayad sa wedding nga venue or sa pagkaon, amo na. Tapos, arang may sa Ifugao, may wedding ritual na sila na ginatawag og uya-uy, wherein ang mga gagamit sini kay only are the wealthy Ifugao people. This is their way of showing their status. Next is the newlywed often stay with their parents before setting up their own homes. So, pagkatapos sa ila kasal, kalabanan sila is ga-stage upon sila parents' house. For example, sa side sa girl or sa side sa laki. Next is, divorce is allowed by mutual consent or payment with children inheriting property, usually favoring the firstborn. So, ang divorce is allowed sa Ifugao. Pero, ang ilang mga property sina, nga halin man lang pod sa ila parents, magpadayon po na nga gina-inherit sa ila bata, which is ang muanogid ila firstborn. Tapos, next is, widows and widowers may remarry only after paying the deceased spouse's family. Arang, kung napatay na ang imo bana or asawa, may ara ka chance na mag-marry liwat. Pero kinanglan mo arang ibayaran ang imo nga spouse's family kay para mo sign of respect bitaw sa ilaha. So let us proceed at the next paragraph. Men are responsible for building and maintaining the rice terraces, while women plant, weed, and harvest the rice. Women also pound rice with wooden tools and weave traditional fabrics. So since ang men mas grabe man sila og strength kaysa sa women, arang sila ang responsible sa pag-maintain sa arang rice terraces nga daw amo na baya. Sila ang ga-build sa amo sina. Tapos ang women, ang ginaobra sa women, ga-plant, weed, harvest, o ga-harvest sa rice. Tapos, they also do pounding rice with wooden tools and weave traditional fabrics. Next is, children are often carried in the scarves tied around their parents' body. So, I'm gonna show you a picture kung paano siya ginabuhat. Pero, kung makita niyo sa picture, arap ito, makita man yun na to in public also, pero explain ako, arang scarf ito nga ginahikot sa diri tapos ari di ila baby. Pero sa Ifugao ang ginabuhat nila ay sa likod ang baby ginahikot para while ginabantay nila ila baby, naadya po sila time nga mag-work. So that's all about values and moral concepts of the Ifugao.
The Doritos with the T10. The skin are known to be the first people in the Philippines. Some believe they came from ancient Assyria, allowing similar rooms in Malaysia. They're seen as surveyors of Southeast Asia, original under the range. They live in mountainous areas of Luzon and on the island like Palawan and Mindanao, known by various names such as Atria and Gumangat. They are divided into about 55 groups, totally around 50,000 people.
We're gonna discuss some of values moral concept of Negritos. The Negritos have values and morals that show their deep respect for family, community, and nature. They believe that spiritual connections with natures and that spirit have an influence in their life, which is why ang giname nila sa ilang bata is based sa mga bagay nga ara sa ilang palibot. And og mamasakit ang bata, they immediately change the name because they believe that may kato na bagay nga ilagin pangalan sa ilang bata is nagdala og bad luck. So, if they don't change it immediately, the child will die soon. And also, They show respect to elders by not calling them directly by name. And then their daughters is considered as an asset with so much value. So their parents contract their daughter to arrange marriage at an early age. While this may seem strict today, but it was their way of securing stability for the family. And also, the Negritos men can marry multiple wives as long as they can afford it. In short, he's a wealthy man. Moreover, one of their most admirable.
In the Philippines, the term Muslims refers to the followers of Islam, while Moros is a collective term for the various Muslim ethno-linguistic groups who have historically resisted foreign domination and fought for autonomy, known collectively as the Bangsamoro. These groups, including the Maguindanao, Maranao, and Tasiog, constitute a distinct cultural and political identity in the southern Philippines, distinct from the country's predominantly Christian population. Is the Moro the same as Muslim? The Bangsamoro Moro people are the native Muslim inhabitants of the Philippines. They are the descendants of the early Malay, Arab, and Indian migrants into the Philippine archipelago from as early as the 14th century. Who are the Moro Muslims in the Philippines? Moro is a term used to refer to several indigenous people ethnic groups that are predominantly Muslim. Initially a derogatory term imposed by the Spanish, it has been adopted as a term of pride and associated with secessionist movements in the southern Philippines. What are the Muslims in the Philippines? The predominantly Muslim ethno-linguistic groups of the Philippines are the Iranon, Jamamapon, Calagan, Kalibugan, Maguindanao, Maranao, Mulbog, Sama, including the Badjao, Balanguinji, and various Tawi-Tawi, Sama groups, Sanggil, Tausog, and Yakan.